Good day, everyone. Today, we will be reporting the human resources management. To define human resources management, it is useful in the sense that it provides a starting point in presenting the various principles and methods involved. HRM is the management function concerned with making sure that the human component of the organization is able to achieve the goals assigned to it. So the definition of HRM includes the following. The process involves in managing people and organization. It covers all activities dealing with the management of people in an organization. The third one is the function of management concerned with promoting and enhancing the development of work effectiveness and advancement of the human resource in the organization. Fourth consists of the managerial function of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of the human resource of an organization, using the personal operative functions to accomplish individual and organizational goals and objectives. The last one is the strategic and coherent approach to the management of an organization. Most value asset the people who individually and collectively contribute to the achievement of the objectives of the business. So sa madaling salita, ang HRM ay isang paraan ng pag-aalaga, paggabay at pag-organisa sa mga empleyado na para magtagumpay ang isang kumpanya.
Good day everyone, I am Kayla C. Arbolada and I am going to report the job description and job specification. So first, we have here the job description. And job analysis is a primary tool to collect job-related data. The process results in collecting and recording two datasets including job description and job specification. Any job vacancy cannot be filled until and unless HR manager has these two sets of data. It is necessary to define them accurately in order to fit the right person at the right place at the right time. This helps both employer and employee understand what exactly needs to be delivered and how. So the job description is a primary tool to collect job-related data, especially kapag mag-hire kayo ng bagong trabahante. So, for example, sa office, merong isang trabahante na na-promote, so yung position niya is vacant, or merong isang trabahante na umalis sa work or nag-resign, ganon. So, merong isang vacant na position or place. So, you have to, hindi siya agad-agad mapalitan yung position na yun hanggat hindi bigay ang HR ng two sets of data, which is the job description and the job specification. So, bakit natin to kailangan? So, job description, we need job description if we hire some trabahante kasi dito natin malalaman or dito din malalaman ng mga mag-a-apply ng trabaho kung ano yung work na papasukan nila, kung anong ginagawa sa work, kung magkano ang salary, and then yung brief background ng company. So, sa job description, usually, this includes some job title, and then yung introduction sa company, and then makikita mo din dito yung salary at saka yung responsibility or yung kung anong gagawin mong work doon sa applyan mong trabaho. So, para mas malaman natin to deeper, we have here the purpose of job description. So, the main purpose of job description is to collect job-related data in order to advertise for a particular job. It helps in attracting, targeting, recruiting, and selecting the right candidate for the right job. So, sabi ko nga kanina, kailangan talaga natin ang job description if mag-hire tayo ng trabahante. Kasi dito, makikita nila kung ano ba yung gagawin nilang trabaho, malalaman nila sa sarili nila na suitable sila doon or fully equipped sila doon sa work na papasukan nila. So, dito makikita natin talaga yung right candidate for that job. And it is done to determine what needs to be delivered in a particular job. It clarifies what employees are supposed to do if selected for particular job opening. So, sa job description din, makikita natin dito kung ano ba talaga yung trabaho na in-applyan ng aplikante. So, makikita nila dyan kung sa job description, nakalagay din dito kung anong klaseng trabaho ang gagawin nila if ever ma-hire man sila. And then next, it gives recruiting staff a clear view what kind of candidate is required by a particular department or division to perform a specific task or job. So, nandito din, nakalagay din sa job description your particular department or division na a-applyan mo or pagtatrabahoan mo kapag hire ka for that specific work. So, alam mo yung job na gagawin mo at saan kang department mapupunta. And it is also clarifies who will report to whom. So, dito din nakalagay kung saan ka magre-report or kung sino yung head mo, yung mga staff, or yung... So, next is the job specification. Job specification is also known as employee specification. Employee specification, a job specification is a written statement of educational qualification, specific qualities, level of experience, physical, emotional, technical, and communication skills required to perform a job, responsibilities involved in a job, and other unusual sensory demands. So, dito sa job specification, dito malalaman ng mga applicants or yung mag-a-apply ng work kung ano ba yung skills, level of experience, and then yung educational requirement para good doon sa role na a-applyan nila. So, sa next slide, we have here the purpose of job specification. So, sa job specification, dito malalaman ng aplikante yung skills na kailangan niya, yung level of experience and educational na required para good dun sa role or sa job na applyan niya. So, sa next page, we have here the purpose of job specification. So, first one is describe on the basis of job description. Job specification helps candidate analyze whether are eligible to apply for a particular job vacancy or not. So, dito talaga natin makikita sa job specification kung malalaman mo kapag eligible ka na mag-apply sa particular work na a-applyan mo. Kasi nandito lahat, naka-specific lahat ng educational level or mga skills, just like that. And the next one is, it helps recruiting team of an organization understand what level of qualification, qualities, and set of characteristics should be present in a candidate to make him or her eligible for the job opening. Job specification gives detailed information about any job, including job responsibilities, desired technical and physical skills, conversational ability, and much more. It helps in selecting the most appropriate candidate for a particular job. So, dito sa job specification, may help natin ang employer na makita or kung sino talaga yung karapat-dapat sa position na vacant or doon sa a-applyan nila na trabaho. Kasi dito naka-indicate, dito mo malalaman kung anong, dito nakalagay kung anong educational attainment ba yung kailangan, yung kung ilang taon ba yung experience dapat para maging suitable ka sa work. and then kung ano ba yung mga skills and knowledge na kailangan mo para para good ma-hire ka to that specific work or job. So in short, the job description dito is gina-mention niya lang yung mga task, responsibility na ma-attach God or yung responsibilities na gagawin mo kapag natanggap ka sa specific job na gi-applyan mo. While yung job specification, ito kasi dito na may measures yung capability mo God para suitable ka to that specific job or specific work.
The 8 R's of HR includes recruiting, routing, retooling, resonating, retaining, recycling, reviewing, and rewarding. So the first one is the recruiting. In recruitment, many HR advisors recommend that companies hire people based on attitude first and then develop their competence later. This is different from the traditional method where companies mostly look at resumes, past job experience, and existing skills. The reason for this shift is because actual performance at work depends more on persons' values and attitude, rather than only on their knowledge or technical skills. So the common HR practices usually involve screening applicants using tools like IQ tests or the intelligence quotients, abstract and logical reasoning tests, mathematical and verbal ability tests. But to recruit properly, HR must be clear about the skills and character traits needed for the job. HR also needs to coordinate with the department where the recruit will work to make sure they know what specific task the new employee will do. This process helps the organization set up clear strategies, making the recruitment organized and purposeful. So, in recruiting people, 6 important criteria recommended are past performance, proficiency profile, personality profile, psychological profile, personal character, and potential for growth. So, the past performance are the track record and resume of recruit. So the validation and verification is to verify resume submitted, check with previous employers and schools, backgrounds investigation, and deep interviews. The proficiency profile naman is the brain preferences, intelligence, skills, and talents. So the validation and verification is the proficiency and skills testing IQ, demonstration of skills, competences, and talents in deep interviews. The psychological profile. The definition is the normalcy in psychological tests, negative for neurotics, psychotic, and sociopathic disturbance. So the verification is the psychological test, EQ test, interview and behavioral observation, background investigation. The personal character definition is the emotional literacy, maturity values, attitude, and principles. The validations and verification are character boot camp training, personal stories on how values and principles are being lived, verification from friends, relatives, colleagues, bosses, and subordinates. And the last one is the potential for growth. So the definition is the personal ambitions, need to achieve, excel, lead, review previous 5 criteria. So the validation and verification are in-depth interviews, essay questions on life plans, stories on areas of excellence claim.
Good day, Mom. I'm Larica Bagascas, and I'm going to report about routing and retaining. So, routing is an organizations who decide to optimize the value of people over long haul should have a good routing strategy. When people are hired, their potential must be assessed as their ability to contribute to the organization in various functions and responsibilities several years later. So, the possible career paths of an employee should be regularly discussed and adjusted over time in order to provide guidance and direction for both recruit and the organizations. The employee full potential should be maximized in order to yield the highest human resource return to the organizations. The career path should both be aspirational and motivational for the employee, but at the same time, realistic and gestational, meaning that the employee should be given time to grow. The more versatile and flexible the recruit is, the more opportunity he or she has for assuming multiple roles in the organizations. So, ibig sabihin, ang routing ito ay tumutukoy sa proseso ng pagdadala o pagdedirekta ng mga dokumento, impormasyon o gawain sa tamang tao o departamento sa loob ng organisasyon. So, halimbawa ng routing is job application. So, pagpapasa ng mga resume sa recruiter o hiring manager. Also, leave request. Sa leave request, ito yung pagpapasa ng request sa supervisor para sa pag-aproba. So, next is retaining. So, retaining people or retention is being able to hold on to people, provided that a company wants to keep them in the first place. It is quite expensive and inefficient to recruit and train people, only to lose them to competitors. People have a learning curve to hurdle before they can reach their full potential in a company. However, these full potentials can never be attained if they leave the company after a short period of time. Retention is therefore a vital part of the human resources management functions. At the very basic level, therefore, retaining workers is a matter of giving just wages that satisfy the minimum basic needs of employees. Companies should not be complaining about their poor retention record if they cannot meet this minimum. So, for retaining, ito ay tumutukoy sa pagpapanatili ng mga empleyado sa kumpanya. So, layunin nitong bawasan ang pag-alis o turnover at mapanatili ang magagaling na empleyado. So, mga paraan para ma-retain ang mga empleyado. So, makatarungang sahod at benepisyo, employee engagement programs, training at career development, pagkilala at gantimpala, magandang working environment, flexible na oras o work from home setup, exit interviews para malaman ang dahilan ng pag-alis. So, in short, ang routing is pagdadala ng impormasyon o dokumento sa tamang tao. Yung goal niya is maayos at mabilis na proseso. While ang retaining naman is pagpapanatili ng mga empleyado sa kumpanya. Ang kanyang goal is bawasan ang turnover or panatilihin ang talento.
I'm Rosie Ballesteros and my report is all about resonating. So resonating is to resonate is to be in tune or reverberate with our organization that resonates with its people, and employees who resonate with their management are likely to have goal congruence. And resonating is about motivating and energizing people. Resonating is about empowering people. And also, resonating is nag-refers to siya sa alignment and emotional connection between employees and the organization's values, goals, and leadership. So when something resonates with an employee, it makes sense daw sa kanila na mag-motivate and ma-inspire sa work. So example, a restaurant brand promotes healthy, organic, and locally sourced food. Their mission is to serve meals that are both nutritious and environmentally friendly. So Carlos, a new hired chef by the restaurant, has always believed in using fresh, local ingredients and promoting healthy eating. When he learns about the restaurant's mission, he feels connected and inspired. Next is reviewing. Reviewing people is to measure and evaluate their performance with the organizational goals in mind. Potential can be measured in terms of meeting existing job requirements or in terms of prospective job promotion. Two criteria are of vital importance. First, the person's aptitude in terms of knowledge, skills, and competencies for doing the activities and tasks demanded of a job can be measured. Second, attitudes, values, including personality traits and personal preference can be measured through written and oral tests. So in other words, reviewing is the process of regularly checking and improving HR practices, employee performance, and company policies to support organizational growth and employee satisfaction. So, example is, a fast food restaurant has been receiving complaints about long waiting times and cold food. So, the HR team and operations manager decide to review the kitchen workflow and staff performance. So, during the review process, they observe how orders have been taken and processed. So, they interview staff about challenge in the kitchen. They analyze customer feedback and timing data. So, during the review nila, may nakita sila doon na findings na the kitchen is maraming staff during sa peak hours. And some equipments daw is outdated and slow down the food preparation. So, ang resulta sa lahat ng mga feedback sa galing sa customer daw is, and ginawa ng mga staff doon is they adjust the staff schedule to add more working at busy times, and they invest in faster cooking equipment, and staff are refrained to improve their service po.
My name is John David Parcon. I will report the topic rewarding. Rewarding is concerned about compensating, incentivizing, and recognizing employee for their work, loyalty, and accomplishment. It includes both monetary and non-monetary benefits. So what is monetary benefits? It's like money. These are things that have direct cash value. For example, basic pay, the regular salary they earn. Another example is living allowances, extra money to help in the cost of living. And another example is bonuses. Yun nga yung mostly na nangyayari itong bonuses is during December. Minsan nga may 13 pay pa binibigay sa kanila. And what is non-monetary reward? It's not directly money. These are things that don't have direct cash value but are still valuable and make employee feel good. For example is rank and position, getting promoted to a higher job title. Leave credits, getting paid time off for vacation or sick days. Awards, receiving recognition and certificate for their achievements. And these are the example of monetary: basic pay, living allowances, incremental pay for extra work, bonuses, commissions, and profit. Shares compose the monetary benefits, and this is the example of non-monetary benefits: rank and position, yung sinabi ko kanina, office space occupied, number of reporting, personnel and support staff, company freebies, leave credits, award, and the level of trust confidence given are some of the non-monetary benefits. Employee pay is configured by organization in many ways. First, compensation can be tied to the level of responsibility. The more important your job, the more people manage and the more you get paid. Second is based on skills. If you have special talents and knowledge that help the company, you can get paid more. Third is based on what you produce or what your output. the more work you do or the more you sell, the more you get paid. Fourth, based on how long you've been there and how much they trust you. If you have worked for the company for a long time, are loyal, and the bosses trust you a lot, you might get paid more. In the next slide, recycling. Recycling means giving employee the chance to change job or even career within the same company. Getting bored. Sometimes people get tired of doing the same job over and over. For example, you're playing video games, not the right fit. Sometimes a job is not a good match for someone's personality, skills, or how they like to work. It is like trying to wear shoes. They are too small. It's uncomfortable. Like yung iba yung course mo sa college, and nag-apply ka nagtatrabaho ka sa isang company na it's not fit for you, na yung napilitan ka lang dahil need mo ng trabaho. Recycling in the company means the company gives people opportunity to try different roles or even learn new skills so they can move into a completely different type of job within the company. So recycling is more possible in an organization that provide education, training, opportunities outside is given for existing job and requirements. Some companies doing seminars and training para ma-enhance pa yung learning nila, and ma-expand pa yung capabilities ng mga worker para makapag-decide yung mga worker to try new job, to try new work within the company. Last slides. The retooling is a continued process of organizational development. It's like upgrading the skills and knowledge of the people who manage other employees, like HR, people, and business owner. So this program aims to enhance the deepen the knowledge and understanding of the HRM function. These are all things involved in managing people, like hiring, training, and making sure everyone is happy and productive. It's the primary intended for professional HR practitioner and entrepreneur who see the needs to strengthen their people management skills. Certain people management skill is about making this manager better at leading, motivating, and working with their teams.